At 9:30 p.m. on the 6th of May 2016, the body of Kenyan businessman Jacob Juma in a pool of blood on Ngong Road in Nairobi. Juma, who was born in 1971 in Mangore, a village in Kenya's Bungoma County, had been a tireless crusader against corruption and a close ally of many politicians in the opposition. He was not afraid of condemning corruption. In fact, he openly talked about the widespread issue on social media platforms. On that controversial night, Jacob Juma died. His wife made several calls to know where he was. They were never picked, and he never replied. He was dead, shot with 2 bullets inside his armored but old Mercedes-Benz S330 that had double glass reinforcement, an indicator of life on the fast lane. The following morning, Juma's wife Miriam took her children to school, unaware that officers at Karen police station had been alerted about Juma's murder on Thursday at 9:30 p.m. It was yet another murder in Karen and another controversy. The official explanation so far is that Juma was shot after he was forced off the road by gunmen. Others say he could have been shot elsewhere and that the murder scene could have been stage managed. Juma was controversial. Those who hated him thought he was a boisterous windbag who was using social media to discredit his business and political rivals. Those who loved him regard him as a shrewd businessman, a philanthropist who had made his wealth earlier. Juma was the perfect entrepreneur, and that is why they call him Lord Juma, a man always in a rush. At only 44 years old, Juma was a multi-millionaire and would wine and dine with elite politicians. Before Lady Luck smiled on him, Juma was a nobody, son of a poor farmer. His fortune turned when the young man was introduced to the family of wealthy Western Kenya tycoon Chris Okemo, then the Minister for Energy and Finance, and to shrewd entrepreneur Cyrus Jirongo in 1992. Let's briefly give you a summary of Juma's life. The 42-year-old was a renowned businessman in Nairobi, born in Western Kenya. He completed his high school education at the famed Bungoma High School. Primarily a contractor and a political broker, he also specialized in mining business where he worked with several investors in the sector. He is believed to have had powerful political connection that dated back to the infamous Youth for Kanu, the YK92 group, a group that enjoyed the patronage of then President Daniel Arap Moi. The group's sole purpose was to help President Moi win the hotly contested 1992 election. He is reported to have been a gifted student, including his days at University of Nairobi, where he studied finance and accounting. Mr. Juma was embroiled in a litany of high-profile legal suits. The latest then, as managing director of Erad Supply, saw him being involved in a long-running court battle with the National Cereals and Produce Board over the supply of 400 metric tons of grain worth 500 million shillings. He was also involved in legal tussle with Nairobi Governor Evans Kinderu, Cabinet Secretary Nija Balala during his stint at the Mining Ministry, and former President Daniel Arap Moi's daughter Jennifer. He lived a flashy life and was never shy to show it off. Then during an interview, Mr. Juma turned up in a chauffeured Rolls-Royce Phantom, a car associated with the richest in society. He routinely wore designer suits imported from major fashion houses in Europe, and his office was a collection of some of the most expensive furniture. He was known to shop in high-end places in Dubai and London. He fell off with senior government officials, including then President Uhuru Kenyatta and his deputy William Ruto, after losing out on a multi-billion shilling deal then. He thereafter retreated to social media for a well-calculated revenge mission where he bashed the Jubilee government while armed with several exposes on mega corruption. He was a confident, proud man. He once bashed a fellow user on social media, bragging about how he made billions of shillings from business deals. He was never afraid of confronting the high and mighty with serious allegations. President Uhuru Kenyatta then and his deputy William Ruto, Supreme Court Judge Njoki Ndong, High Court Judge Justice Isaac Linaula, and Senator Kipchumba Mokwema are some of those who suffered his wrath. He predicted his death on more than one occasion and even named powerful figures as having hatched plans to assassinate him. After he was assassinated, Nairobi CID boss Erire Kiwenda said the businessman was driving from his bar at around 9:30 p.m. when he was shot by gunmen who escaped on a motorbike. His car had about 10 bullet holes. The report says businessman Jacob Juma was killed by 2 bullets which were shot at close range. His post-mortem, as revealed 2 days after his death, shows that Juma also suffered serious damage to his right hand, an indication that he struggled with his killers. Juma was shot at close range in the chest from the front and the bullet exited through the back. The team investigating the murder says that the car that Juma drove had no bullet holes on the windscreen. The only place the bullet hit was the driver's seat window. There is no way a bullet could penetrate that bulletproof window and ricochet to hit him in the chest. It is a puzzle, said an officer aware of the probe. This revelation gave weight to claims that Juma may have been shot outside the car and away from the scene where the vehicle was found. It is not clear where his killers captured him after he left his Westland apartment. The team of detectives from the DCI headquarters had talked to his widow, Miriam Wirumu, guards at the apartment, guards at the nearby Linana school, and some of his friends. They have also obtained Juma's telephone data to establish who he talked to before he met his death. But the officers handling the case said a team of officers who were patrolling the nearby forest heard gunshot near where the car was found, an indication he might have been killed there. Those who saw the body first said Juma seems to have struggled before he died. The car had at least 5 marks made by bullets directly at the driver's seat, and because his car was bulletproof, the bullet ricochets. This forced the killers to use a blunt object, probably a hammer, to break the window. Several people have questioned why nobody witnessed the incident happen, considering the Ngong Road stretch where his body was found is usually busy, especially at that time. Police said the incident happened on Thursday at about 9:30 p.m., a time when traffic is still busy. Police say a car carrying the gunman first ambushed Juma as he drove to his Kenyan home before a motorbike whose rider was carrying a hammer arrived to smash the windows. Well, for now, this is all we know about the death of Jacob Juma, the social media whistleblower who was assassinated. Thank you for following up on today's edition of Motherland. Please do well to support us by liking and subscribing to our channel, and also drop your comment in whatever observation and also what you'd like us to do next. See you on our next episode.